Let me give an example in which a person was misled by the idea of a political spectrum. I was at a conference and it was on trust. And it was a good conference in many ways, but occasionally at this conference, for some reason, people would say blindingly obvious things as if they were great discoveries. For example, there was a sociologist who stood up and mentioned some interesting data he'd found. The data was that there's a lot of people out there who, on one hand, are very conservative on a lot of social issues, abortion, same-sex marriage, etc. But then it turns out that they're really in favor of things like expanded welfare, social security, all kinds of economic intervention. And he presented it as this was a surprising discovery. These people have these two extremely different views, right? And my response was, that's all my teachers in high school, right? I was at a Catholic high school. That's pretty much the standard line I got in my morality and justice classes, right? But it seemed to be a completely new idea to him. Why? Because he had this picture of a definite political spectrum and assumed that, right, things were pretty uniform. Right? He assumed that if you fall in this part of this political spectrum, you're going to be the same as all these other people on different issues. But as it turns out, right, there are many different types of conservatives, many different types of liberal. Right? And some of them are not going to act in ways, well, basically, some of them are not going to act in ways that line up perfectly with the Democratic or Republican Party. So this seems to be a case where the idea of a political spectrum had made him, for a long time, unaware of what was actually going on around him. That is, he was unaware of a significant number of people's views, right? Because it didn't fit neatly into the spectrum that he devised.